in the interest of making sure that everything that needs to get done in Industriville actually gets done, the time is ripe for a to-do board. So let me go ahead and build one up. Okay, I had one more piece of wood than I actually needed, but oh wow. Alright, and this is our Industriville to-do list. And I don't want to try to go too far ahead. I mean, yes, I could, I suppose, try to plan this 10, 15, 20 steps ahead, but let's try not to overcomplicate this. So, there is some botanical magic which I might be able to start at this point. I expect to have a farmer. I certainly have enough fields to justify a farmer, and he needs a place to live. I also need wood. It seems wood is a constant need at this point, so I would definitely not be remiss in having a lumberjack. But of course, he needs a place to live. For right now, my lumber mill is doing double duty as my storehouse. I need a proper storehouse, rather than relying on the lumber mill. The lumber mill won't be able to serve as a storehouse for forever. In fact, we're already not that far off its effective capacity. There's got to be other things that I need here. I think farmer's hut, lumberjack hut, storehouse. Right. I need to start building some roads. That's not to say that the roads I build in this stage will be the final roads, but I do need roads to delineate where I should be walking. What else is there? Given everything that I have to keep track of, I would not be remiss in establishing a central point for conducting such research. What else was there? That seems like it might be it, actually. Yeah, that's pretty much it as far as what I need to do. So I think I will... Wait, no, one more thing I need to do. Let me get a sign. Now that I have a pickaxe, I can actually reasonably go underground and start mining for materials. I won't necessarily be able to use them right away, but it would be prudent to have them around for when I do need them. And I will need them probably for too much longer, certainly. Maybe not this stage, but certainly by the next stage. So, we have our to-do list. It's time to figure out what we're going to kick off today. And I'm actually somewhat inclined towards those three buildings there. The storehouse especially, just to clear out the lumber mill. And the farmer hut gets the seed analyzer out of the lumber mill as well. So the lumberjack hut, yeah, it does need to be done. I should probably go ahead and do it at the same time as the farmer's hut. So it looks like that's this episode. The farmer's hut, lumberjack's hut, and the storehouse. And maybe either the early mine entrance or the initial road network if I have time. Well, the time has very nearly come to commence construction, but before I do, I'd like to point out that my, well, first off, my wheat and carrot seeds have grown here in my crossbreeding area, so I'm going to go ahead and place cross crops here in an effort to crossbreed them. The potatoes haven't yet fully matured, so I can't crossbreed those yet. And I've also found and decided to plant some cotton seeds so that I can get some easier access to string and wool. Again, though, they're not fully grown, so I cannot start the crossbreeding process there either. Still, it's enough for the time being. I've laid out sites for most of the structures that I'll need. And let me go ahead and start construction. I'm going to start construction here with the lumberjack's hut. Yeah, that's a reasonable place for the torch. Now, I'm using oak wood planks for the floor. I'm going 3 by 3. Nothing too fancy here. Although I could easily go 5 by 3, couldn't I? You know what, I might as well go 5 by 3. Of course, that does mean I'm going to have to refactor this a little bit, but that's fine. There we go. Let's get the rest of the wooden planks there. There we go. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4 high. 4, 5. Like so. And this will be the main structural frame for the hut. As with every other structure I've built so far, it is being made out of spruce logs. There we go. Although actually, well, let's see here. So what I can do, I think, is go ahead and lay that down like so. I'll go ahead and put a torch there. It occurs to me that there's a couple things I need to grab. Thankfully, I don't have too far to go. The first is the door. And the second is the bed, which I will go ahead and I'll put it here. Just to give it a little bit more pride of place. There we go. That doesn't look too bad, actually. Now, all I need to do is get up onto the roof and lay it down, the actual roof. And I'm using oak wood slabs for this. It's going to be pretty flat, I admit. Later on, I could possibly consider something a bit fancier, a peaked roof or something of that sort. But for now, flat it is. There we go. And I believe that is the farmer's hut done. And the andesite makes a reasonable contrast with the cobblestone. Yeah. So there we go. And let's take the sign that was on the to-do list board. And Farmer Jones, let's call him. There we go. Now let's see what's happened here. Okay, good. We've got carrot seeds. Now I could let them grow, but I don't think it's reasonable to do so just yet. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to analyze these carrot seeds. That's disappointing. It's 111. Well, let's see what happens if I use an analyzed. And actually, I may. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of those two for wheat as well. Unfortunately, I think I have to do the same for the remaining crops. We'll see if analyzing them first helps. So let me start with the analysis. There's our cotton, unsurprisingly, 111. Wheat, carrots, I'll only need one of those, and potatoes. So, let's see here. That works for me. Alright. So let's go ahead and plant these down. Let's not plant down the cross crops yet. 1 carrot. 2 potatoes. 2 cotton. 2 wheat. I can go ahead and put the rest of the agricultural stuff up for the time being. And yeah. Wait a minute, this was not the farmer's hut. Why did I take down the farmer hut sign? That's not the farmer hut. That's the lumberjack hut. So, lumberjack, and let's use the family name Bunyan for the lumberjacks. Just because I can, frankly. Alright. Now, hut number 2 is going to be a little bit interesting. This is the actual farmer's hut. And I am going to want a door for this one. Now, the lumberjack's hut was 3x5 because it had the lumber mill nearby. The farmer's hut is going to have to support also the agriculture, so let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, let's put that there. Whoa. You know what? Let's sleep until morning. Because I just realized that skeleton next to the wall is not healthy for me. And I really have no good way to hit him back. There we go. Please be burning in the sunlight. Oh, good. He is burning in the sunlight. I'm not liking that creeper much, though. Alright, yeah. Okay, so, my wall could use some improvement. But I'll likely have to leave that for a later stage. For now, the priority is on the farmer's hut. There we go. Let's get our andesite down. There we go. And yeah, let's put the andesite there as well. Yeah, okay, let's get the door. Now let's get the rest of this. 2, 3, 4. Actually, on this one, I think I want the support column to rest on top of that one. So we'll do this like this. Over the top. There we go. Uh-oh. Well, let's see if I can't do something about this creeper. That's frustrating. Oh, phew. Goodbye, creeper. There we go. So let's go ahead and finish up my superstructure here. And there we go. Now this is, I admit, slightly unusual. Actually, that's not quite right. let's actually go ahead and fix this up like so. That does mean there will be no visible andesite from the outside. So how does this look? Not too bad, actually. Yeah, I can live with it. For now, this is a house that will likely be upgraded in a later stage anyway, so I shouldn't be too worried about it, and I'm really not that worried about it. There we go. Yeah. There we go, that's more like it. Now let's get up onto the roof. And once again, we're going to lay down our half slab roof, rather. There we go. Okay, that was misplaced. And now to complete the roof, which will require me to redo this piece right here, but that's fine. Et voila. One additional hut. Now, I just need to install some lights. Let's get the bed installed. Now, for the time being, that's also going to be the core of the agriculture that front room is. So, let's go ahead and pick up that. Now, I want to get all of my seeds, or at least as many of them as I can feasibly get, as well as some of the agricultural products. Yeah, that'll have to do for now. Besides, it looks like I'm actually going to need a double chest, aren't I? Maybe even 2 double chests. Yeah, let's go ahead with 2 double chests in there. But let's eat some toast first, while we've got a chance. Yeah. Oh, and before you ask where the gate is that used to be there, I went ahead and moved it over there so that it was more convenient for my farming area. Which reminds me, now that I've got an area that's mostly cleared of mobs, I would be remiss in not actually sorting through this area. And also redoing that one square. I know I should probably build some sort of defensive structure for this, but it's not a priority at this time. There's a lot of things that aren't priorities, but a few things that legitimately are, that I will get to in fairly short order. So that's all of the... No, that's not quite all of the wheat that's fully grown. There we go. Those 2 are now fully grown. Okay. And there we have it. So back into Industriville. Now I'm going to go ahead and place down the double chests. And let us set them like so. Actually, I think what I want is... Yeah, like... Yeah, let's set them like that and like that. And then we'll put our seeds in here. And our finished agricultural products go up here. And let's put the seed analyzer here and the book inside of it. And actually, do I want to move this over one? It would certainly help. Or no. Actually, I think I want it here, don't I? Yeah. I do want it here. So let's sort out the lighting real quick, so that I don't risk anything on that front. Yeah, so the door goes there. It's pretty nice, except that it needs a slab there. Perfect. And now, I can put the seed analyzer there, which is a perfectly rational place for it. Yeah, I think we're good. Now, I am going to have to move some stuff there, but that will have to wait a bit. Let's go ahead and name that place, because our farmer's hut is done. And this will be the house of Farmer Jones. Excellent. And since the sign here does not conform to that standard, let's fix that. There we go. Excellent. Now, there are two other structures that I've plotted space out for. This one is actually going to be pretty straightforward to do. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and dig this out real quick. Won't take long. Go ahead and lay down some spruce wood, and I'll go ahead and lay that like that on the top. There we go. And now all I have to do is mine this out like so. And I'm not going to be doing too much more with it at this point. I mean, yes, I can get around to mining a little bit later, but I won't be mining at the moment. So, the Industriville mine is now officially open for business, and I've knocked one more thing off the to-do list. There's one more thing I'd like to get to this episode, and that is the storehouse. Thankfully, I'm not expecting too much difficulty with that. Now let me check my wood supplies here. Okay, so I got that. Okay, so it looks like all of the wood I've got is on me. Not so good news. The good news is, The good news is, I do have plenty of wood for what I need. So let's go ahead and craft up some better barrels. Let's make it easy. Yeah. And let's craft some more chests. There we go. Yeah, that will have to do. 4 chests and 6 barrels will have to do for now. It is nightfall again, so I would be remiss in not sleeping in my less than cozy royal palace. Don't worry, I'll get around to fixing the lack of coziness there. Come to think of it, did I ever put that on the to-do board? No, I didn't. I did not add that, so let's go ahead and take care of that real quick. So, Royal Palace Kitchen. Let's keep it nice and simple. Now, I don't expect to be able to dig out too much here. Alright? And in fact, I'm actually going to start off with the andesite. So, let's see here. 2 and... Well, of course, it had to be there. Well, let's get that torch in a better position. That is not the orientation I wanted for that wood column. There we go. Let's put the andesite in there. Now, this is a bit that's really only going to be visible from the inside, so I have no problem using spruce wood for that. There we go. What does concern me is the shortage of, is my newfound shortage of wood, of oak wood specifically. But actually, before I do that, I can mine up this these shards. So let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, and then put the oak wood there. Ooh, marble. Yeah, that's a respectable entryway. Except of course for all the dirt, but ooh, don't have the ability to mine that up, so I'm gonna have to accept it being in the way for the time being. I can clear that out later, but not quite yet. Not an option quite yet. So let's go ahead and do that. Now let's take our chests, and like so. Yeah, so let's take that up to 3 here. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. You know what? 1 block higher. And let's get that earth-infused stone. While I'm at it. Erk. Not quite where I want it to end up. But oh well. Yeah, there we go. And now, let's see, I can reach that easily enough, which is fine. Okay, that's exactly what I want. And let's see if I can't get up to the roof of this and lay down the slabs, at least as far as is actually exposed. Yeah. So that's realistically going to be that far. Yeah. There we go. Alright. So let's go ahead and clear out that temporary staircase, because I don't need that anymore. Yeah, there we go. And go ahead and put down the support column for that. Just realize that pickaxe is getting dangerously low on durability. Now, one thing I could do, and one thing I think I will do here, is just go ahead and lay down slabs on the interior, like that. Yeah. Alright. But before I go any further with that, I need to finish up the structural supports for this side over here. Let's get our andesite and our cobblestone. And I'm beginning to worry that the andesite might not be quite dark enough, but I'll make do with it. Alright, let me grab a piece of flint. Actually, 2 pieces of flint, because it looks like my axe also needs a boost. Let's eat a little bit. There we go. Alright. So now all I have to do is clear this out the rest of the way, or at least as much of the rest of the way as I can do with that amber-bearing stone being in the way. There we go. So let's get this. Get I've actually got a bit more amber-bearing stone than I would have expected. Oh well. There we go. So let's go ahead and fix that up. Yeah, and then I can go back. I need to go 3 deep. Yes, 2, 3, 2, and 3. There we go. With the spruce wood. Yeah, so let's take that up to the ceiling. There we go. And now, let's see. Right. Okay. There we go. So let's go ahead and get this sorted out real quick. Yeah. So let's take that like so. And I've got just enough spruce wood to pull this off. That's okay, I can work with this. I will, of course, have to go harvesting for more spruce wood off camera, but that's a non-issue for me. Alright, let's go and get that salt while I'm here before I actually close it up. There we go. Yeah, let's go ahead and put that last slab in. 2 andesite on the bottom. Let's get our barrels up and running. Let's go ahead and put cobblestone in that barrel. Dirt in that barrel. No decisions on what will go in any other barrel as of yet. And frankly, I don't expect to have much of a sorting system in here, but, well, at this point, the storehouse is, at least as far as I can feasibly do it for this stage, the storehouse is finished. And with that, I just need to go ahead and knock it off the board of things to do. And consolidate my position for the next steps to be taken in Industriville.